Hello, gentlemen.
Hi.
Bradley.
How's it going, Dave Snyder?
I'm doing good.
And special guest Matt Rory.
Hello.
How are you doing, of Screen.com fame?
I'm doing all right.
Dude, what is going on here? This is not the Azeroth that I remember.
This is the World of Warcraft Cataclysm beta, the third expansion to the most popular MMO in the world, and we are running around the Goblin starting area.
Getting close on that. I want to see, is that really a goblin?
In the thing,
You're actually using a goblin right now?
Is this how you play? Do you always play like this zoomed out?
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah, I totally.
Oh,
I don't even have a button to zoom in, I don't think, because I rebound my mouse wheel to
no.
the racial abilities.
You are insane.
Yeah, dude, what?
So, Rory and I played Warcraft 0 to 70
We got up to like 77, I think.
together.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Where nobody was allowed to play the game without the other person.
That was Roads and Rails, right?
Roads and Rails.
Why do I remember that?
That was my first 80, that Warlock that we had. First character I ever got to 80.
Is that AstroTurf? Dude, what is this game? I don't even recognize it anymore.
So the goblins are kind of the Ferengi of the Warcraft universe. They're very mercantile. They're very trade oriented, and they're very technologically oriented too, as opposed to the gnomes, who are kind of technological too, but in different ways. These guys are more like the explosive technology. The shit might blow up.
Sappers.
Yeah.
A lot of goblin sappers.
So give people like some backstory. Cataclysm's coming out, but what the big thing that's changing for people that may have been away from WoW for a while?
There's a lot of shit. I mean, if you haven't been playing WoW for a while, you're probably going to notice that you can actually fly in the old world zones now, which is a big deal.
Well, I think more generally, the big deal is that it's in the old world. Like the whole, there is no real new land. I mean, I know they're adding a little bit of new land.
Yeah, so
mass,
rather than taking a new island, they've basically rebuilt the entire.
I can't zoom out of the map, unfortunately.
To be more accurate, they've destroyed the old land.
Yeah, so this character named Deathwing, this ancient dragon who's been, I think, driven crazy by interference of the old gods. It's a very complicated backstory. But he's basically been driven crazy, and he's returning to the world of Azeroth to basically destroy everything.
And he was sleeping in his subterranean lair.
Yeah,
if I recall. So like once he busted out, he kind of sundered the land.
Yeah, he kind of sundered the land, and maybe we'll show some of that a little bit later on.
That'd be cool. That's actually the thing I'm most interested in, to see, because I spent so much time in those starting zones.
Yeah, they've changed a lot of the old world, some more drastically than others. Some of them are kind of the same, with like a big crater in the middle of it or whatever. But some of them have been radically redone. Like the Barrens is now split in two.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So is it actually two separate zones now?
Yes.
Like according to the game?
Yeah,
like
two
North
separate
and South
zones.
Barrens or whatever.
Yeah, North and South Barrens, and they're split up into two different zones. And some zones have been redone for different levels. Like the Eastern and Western Playgrounds, I think, are now like level 30 zones. All the mobs have been adjusted downwards, so you can kind of go back in there. A lot of the dungeons have been redone to be different levels and have different quests and things like that.
Epic Van Cleef.
Yeah, there's a
Epic
heroic
Van Cleef. Yes, there's a level 80 Van Cleef
heroic
Dead Mines run.
Dead Mines.
Or heroic, yeah, rather. Yeah.
So it's a big deal. It's obviously they've learned. It's amazing because I don't know about Dave, but I know Brad and I played this when it first came out in 2004.
Oh God!
And
it ate my life.
The changes that have been wrought on this game in the interim are pretty amazing. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go for this.
I'm gonna have to stop you and get you to figure out a way to zoom in, because I'm afraid the size of our video player. I'm afraid people won't be able to make out the details.
Yeah, no worries. I can do that real quick. Camera.
While he's doing this, let me tell you some of my experience of playing World of Warcraft with Matt Rory.
Oh yeah?
So the way that we've been able to see him, he's just fluidly talking. He's probably our best MMO player that I've seen, doing one of these videos so far.
Right.
Just going through the quests.
Right.
This was my experience playing with Matt Rory. It was literally just following behind him, hitting follow, and making my way to 80.
Just kill the stuff that he doesn't kill.
On his back. Yeah.
What classes were you guys?
We did it. We did two separate times.
Okay.
I think one time was a priest and a warlock, and the other time was a warrior or a paladin and a
paladin warlock was the one that we did really well, because those classes kind of contribute to each other.
Yeah.
I just stayed back and zapped everybody, and he would run up and grab like 10. Give me the fattest, shiniest bling you got. That bling is fat like your mama. So if there's one thing to say about Warcraft. It's that they have a sense of humor that they stick to.
Yeah, I don't know. It always got a little too anachronistic for my taste. You know, once they started introducing like motorcycles and
Oh, I get shades now too.
weird stuff like that. Like, I wish it was a little more high fantasy than that. But
I have a boyfriend.
So other than these two starting towns, the starting towns of all the original races are redone. What's
I know Elwyn Forest is basically the same, right?
It has some changes. We can actually go. One of the weirdest things when I first started playing the beta was to fly over Stormwind. It's kind of a weird thing to do even now.
oh man, you
it's-
can fly
man.
in Stormwind.
Oh, dude, we have to do that.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. So when you guys are ready, let me know. Yeah, so the goblins are totally the kind of people who have an AstroTurf football field, and I guess they're playing some kind of game.
Oh, that's even more Warhammer.
Yeah, totally.
right there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? Warhammer
Yeah.
totally ripped this off.
Yeah.
The
The replacements. Oh, that's what I love about Warcraft. All
So
the
here's the
little
new leveling interface too. You've reached level 3.
Oh,
You have a
that's
new
cool.
ability
Hey.
available. It'll tell you when you have new talent points and things like that. Throw the foot bomb at 8 steam weedle sharks.
Yeah, so I hear
Oh
they've
my goodness.
Oh, this is excellent.
I hear they've added a whole lot of new action mini games in the quests.
There's a joust mini game which I might be able to show you if you're lucky.
Like Joust.
Joust, Atari Joust.
Oh, what?
It is pretty crazy.
This is wild. I never saw anything like this.
The vehicles were in Wrath.
Yeah. So the vehicles start coming, and there are 25 bands where people are
Yeah.
in vehicles doing all
Really?
this kind of crazy
That's
stuff.
wild.
They toned it down a lot because people got. There was one dungeon called the Oculus that was probably a lot of vehicles, like you're riding around dragons, and it was really, really annoying.
Wow, so they put that stuff in raids.
Yeah, raids and dungeons,
wow,
but
that's
very
crazy.
lightly. Like I think they kind of realized a little bit later that score the winning goal by kicking the foot bomb through the smokestacks behind the opposing goal, and I get the athlete's robe.
Have a good one.
Have you taken your? So what was the level cap in which game was 70?
80.
It was 80. Okay, so it's now to 85.
85.
Right?
It's a little more mild than it. I know.
Did you port a level 80 over to this?
I did.
Try it out yet? or-
Yeah, that was the my paladin is level 80. My main character is a paladin tank. Why did the ground start shaking when I kicked the field goal?
Yo,
This is really weird. Okay. You hit Mount Kajaro and made it explode. I just made a mountain explode by kicking a field goal through smokestacks. This game is redonk. I'm gonna get my robe here.
I assume this still has what do they call it? The phasing, where you could have two different
Yes,
versions
the
of the
phasing
landmass?
stuff right now is actually really, really well done. Like you will go talk to. Let me figure out how to get back up here.
Now, first thing, you got to put that robe on, and we're going to invoke a giant bomb MMO tradition. Put the robe on.
Dude.
All right, now
All right.
slash dance.
Zoom in a little bit more.
I don't know if the. I guess
Oh,
they
yeah.
goblins
Yeah.
do have the dances.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
See?
Work it,
Oh,
girl.
She is, man. She's
Oh.
shaking it.
Yeah, she's got a little robe.
The girl's got some moves.
Those are
That is
weird
nice.
hands. 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she.
I'm really excited that the Horde get
A
golems
tiny,
because
tiny race.
they need a
yes,
tiny
they
race.
needed, yeah.
Yeah.
They got their pretty race the last
Yeah.
time around.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. And we also now we get the racial ability for these guys is a rocket jump.
Oh yeah, I heard something
So
about
you can
that.
just like, boom.
Wow.
whee. It's kind of a more PvP focus than
yeah.
PvE. Like it probably let you get away with a flag or something like that if you're.
Now, do you still have falling damage on something like that?
Yeah, totally. If you jump off a cliff, you'll die.
No, because that'd be really useful for
Yeah.
a couple spots.
But if you've been away for a long time, there are a bunch of achievements now. I don't know if you haven't seen this stuff. This is one of the big things they added in, I think, early Wrath or late.
It was right before Wrath with
Yeah.
the 3.0.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. It was a big deal. Like people go crazy for achievements. Like I honestly, people who play Xbox like them a lot, but people who like Warcraft probably like them more. Like people go batshit for
Number
for
one play
achievements.
game on
Oh
Jeff
yeah,
Bomb
yeah,
every day.
consistently.
Yeah.
So let me see what this quest do real quick, and we might be able to go check out some of the older zones if you guys want to.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm curious to see what this. So I think
keep it real.
that might have. I don't know if this phased anything, but I don't know where the party is supposed to be. There's supposed to be some kind of party. Oh, geez, yeah.
Yikes.
What?
So they give you a little vehicle quest right at the beginning of this. I don't actually know where I'm supposed to hop onto the ride thing. I actually have that quest, so I'm not sure where I'm supposed to get into the vehicle to drive around and pick up my friends. I can try to do that real quick if you guys want to.
What's the goblin mount?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. It's probably something mechanical.
Yeah,
they
surely.
they have had
Yeah.
they did make choppers. I don't know, the motorcycles. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to go there and get my car. I don't know if you guys want to see some car stuff. One of the bigger things that they've had mounts forever, but they've allowed people like engineers to make their own mounts. Like you can make
helicopters and
gyrocopters
Yeah.
and motorcycles and things like that.
So you actually just find like the plans for those out as a drop or whatever?
Yeah, and they're incredibly expensive to make. Like
Yeah,
I think
I'm sure.
the chopper costs about $3,000.
But
just
they're
in
only
mats or something.
usable by engineers too, right?
Yeah.
It's not
No, you can sell the keys to the chopper, and anybody can use it. They go
The
for
chopper.
they go for a lot of money on the auction house. So I think. Oh, where are you going? What's up?
I love the goblins.
So I don't have a
Yeah.
car. I think it's just letting me pick up people by running up to them. I know I'm supposed to have a car somewhere though, but I don't know where I'm supposed to go. But the cool thing about this zone is that it's really, really ornate for a starting zone. Like most
Yeah.
starting zones, you just
Yeah.
kind of walk out and it's a bunch of trees. And
I'm impressed with the amount of like ornamentation in this town.
And it's-
There's so much
It's
detail.
pretty layered. Most of the early starting zones are very flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of kind of jumping around and doing cool shit.
Do you mind hitting the world map? I'm curious to see where this place is.
Unfortunately, I can't zoom out of this.
Do
for
the
some
zone
reason.
map up left. Will that your continent one over? You may be able to choose it from there. There you go.
Aha.
Yeah, it may have. So these are just uploaded last night in the new beta. These
Oh, yeah?
kind of so you have the Maelstrom in here now too.
Is that going to be? I've wondered. That's like a pretty big part of the Warcraft lore. Is that going to be active in this
Yeah.
expansion? Or do you
I
know?
think the Nagas are coming back in a big way. I forget who the Lady Vash, I guess.
Yeah,
is
she was in Warcraft 3. That's that could be like a huge raid area.
Yeah, I think it will
if they
be.
open that up.
And there's a big underwater zone here too. The other big thing
wow.
about this is there's a completely underwater zone as well.
How do they justify that? Is there just some story contrivance like, oh, you ate some berries that let you breathe underwater?
You find like a stone that the
Oh,
shaman
there's tons,
gives you.
but yeah, there's tons like the warlocks are able to have
yeah, I
magic.
guess
So
I-
it's
I
all.
So, okay.
no.
So we'll be back in 1 second. Looks like the server might have gone down a little bit. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, see, I'm on a.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
have
my.
We had the
Yep. Still WoW.
the great idea to jump into a different character on
Yeah.
a different server,
On a PvP server.
and
right?
in typical Warcraft fashion,
Yeah.
instantly killed.
Yeah, I don't have my.
Are you flying?
I am flying.
What?
Ghost form.
Ghost form? Has this been? How long has this
Oh, was
been?
that new?
No, this has been in the Storm Peaks and Ice Crown Citadel. You've always been able to fly
In death.
in Death. Yeah. So here's the new spell kind of interface they have for spells. I'm gonna try and find my bubble ability. I'm gonna bubble hearth here. Divine Shield. Here we go. How have I not had? Oh, I did have it.
So
Bound.
I'll make the assumption
Oh.
you were playing without your heavily modified UI.
Yeah, well, there's no
normally
add-ons available in the beta at this point. So Divine Shield has been reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. That sucks because you used to be able to bubble hearth,
Right.
Because
right.
it was 12 seconds long, and you used to be able to just pop out. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can probably just get
Get in
down
the
here.
water.
Yeah.
just
They won't see you.
run away. This is a PvP server now, but I'm just trying to go and bubble hearth here.
Zoom back in a little bit for me. It's just weirding me out. Being that
Bubble
far out.
hearth, man. Look at that man.
This is what you got to do to
knows
survive.
the way to play.
So I'm going to hearth back to Dalaran real quick and get back to some of the older zones
Yeah.
and show you guys what's been going on.
That's
Dalaran hasn't really changed
exactly
too much.
what I wanna see.
It's still the same hub of the world that it used to be, and it probably most high-level people are probably still going to come back here because they have all these ports to all the major cities. It's really easy to get
Nice.
around. So Stormwind, here we come. Stormwind, here we come.
oh no.
Stormwind, there we go.
No.
Oh my God, I'm in the. Oh,
Either. Oh yeah. Right.
And we're back.
we're back. So I am now walking into Stormwind. This is where you kind of. I am so
Oh,
slow.
I remember this part.
I haven't
remember this
redone
place.
my talents yet either. I can probably show you guys some of those, but I'll
Man,
get
I
to that a
totally
little
want
bit
to
later.
start playing.
I
this
just
again.
want you to fly around Stormwind.
God.
Are you ready for this?
Oh,
Yes.
this makes me want to play so bad.
Oh my God!
Look at that. Holy crap.
I just had a nerd moment.
Oh, whoa, dude, look at that.
Yeah, this is where the park used to be, and it
Oh
was
my God.
destroyed with the coming of Deathwing.
Deathwing,
This is
wow.
the kind of stuff you're going to see all over the
Wow,
world. There's a
dude.
lot of this kind of
Oh.
stuff in here, and there's like a mini mini. It's weird. There are like 83 cultists in here. I haven't played much of the beta since they patched it last night, but what I have been playing, nobody drops anything except for cash. So there's a big old dock over here. This is how you get to... Actually, if you guys want to see some of the underwater zone, I can show you that too.
Oh, is that open?
There's a little event that plays when you get over there. But I can fly around some of the old zones if you want to see those.
Yeah,
first.
let's see what's going on.
I'm just excited
Yeah.
seeing.
There's a new Stormwind Castle too. It's been kind of redone.
Oh wow.
That water looks a lot better.
The
The water
yeah,
does
the water
have
looks
really
a lot
good.
nicer,
There's
yeah.
a lot really good water effects.
Oh, man.
It's really cool if you look at it at the lighthouse.
All right,
and the sun in the
Dave. Are
background.
we officially back in?
Of course.
Are we in for this?
I think that Blizzard knew what they were doing. Though,
Yeah.
because they were basically every one of us didn't want to jump back onto a really high level character.
Right.
Because you jump back into an MMO after you've missed that time,
Yeah.
and you instantly have to be good again.
Yeah.
Where if they do this, they can bring back like all the previous old subscribers, but they can start at level 1 again.
Right.
But they get to see new content because
Totally.
it's the old world.
It's not just new land masses. They said that they've redone
Yeah.
the quest track. You know, like all the quests that you'll go through from
Yeah.
1 to whatever are different now.
They've definitely redone a lot of stuff.
I think they said this was early on. This was at BlizzCon last year, but they were saying they're actually going to re-level the zones. Like,
Yeah, they
for
have.
instance, like I think Duskwood used to be like a 20 to 30. I think for instance, like that now might be like a 40 to 50 now or something.
Yeah,
like
they've
that.
definitely shuffled around the ways in which you get around.
Right, or like the order that you go through the zones.
Yeah, totally. And also, if you go up to the Western Plaguelands, this is all green now. Like, there's no more... They've beaten out the undead. There's no more undead up there. It's all kind of a naturey kind of 30-level zone. It's really weird. There's a place that I think we used to grind that had like a million little like spirits and skeletons running around. As a paladin, you just run up and grab them all. You're really powerful against the undead. And now it's all like friendly spirits, friendly ghosts.
You've played through a little bit of this at this point. Like,
Sure.
what are you basically excited? What do you prep to do when everything opens up?
I have done a few of the dungeons, which are pretty cool. Unfortunately, they're not really well balanced at the moment, so they're just kind of...
Are you gonna start a new character? Are you gonna continue with your?
I
old
definitely
one?
will focus on the paladin tank right now. I don't know if I have the patience to go all the way 1 to 80.
Well, they sped it up so much. I'm curious.
They did speed it up, and now
That's what we're doing.
Dude, I'm in. I totally make. There's probably 3 or 4 classes I've never played.
So if you join a guild now, you actually get faster leveling. You can actually level up in guilds, and they'll give you buffs. I don't think I have a guild on this character, but on my other paladin, I have a talent that says it says it's called fast track, where you actually get faster, like 5% more experience from quests and enemies. I'm waiting for the boat to go to the underwater zone, but I can.
Waiting
Some
for
things
boats.
never change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know if you only have base WoW, can you just get this expansion? Do you need the other 2?
I think I think it's all kind of inclusive, because the other 2 have the 60 to... If you didn't, the other 2 have the 60 80
Oh,
content.
right, so you wouldn't be able to play the high-level stuff here.
Oh my god, I'm so...
Who is that?
I haven't bound anything.
Crazed cultist. Yeah.
Yeah, all these guys... He's got 50,000 health for a regular mob. I don't have anything bound yet. While we're waiting, why don't I show you some of the new talent stuff here?
There's your boat. Or is it the wrong
It's
boat?
the one up on the top here. It's coming back. Don't worry about it. So the new talent thing now, when you hit level 10, you actually have to pick a tree. And that's the only tree that you're allowed to put any points into.
Weird.
Until you're like level 70. So you
What?
pick one.
So you have to specialize.
You have to specialize right away. You can go back
But
and
you can still dual spec. And
yeah,
stuff,
you can
right?
still redo spec and take it away and select something else. But like, I'm gonna pick protection here. And the cool thing is, as soon as you specialize, you get these powers immediately. You don't have to wait for them. These are kind of stuff you used to have to spend talents on. You just get them as baseline abilities. So I'm gonna go and be protection. I've learned a new spell, Avenger Shield. I'm gonna go ahead and do toughness, and this is the same old kind of thing that we used to have to do, just putting in talent points. But you see, I only have like 36. I think I'm supposed to have 41 in the end.
I always felt like min-maxing the talent tree was like the least interesting part of WoW. I don't know about you guys, but like I really did not get into reading about the theory of how to like best spec your guy.
It's just really something that you ended up having to do a lot of research for.
Yeah, that's
but
what
the
made it
problem
so
was a
annoying.
lot of it ended up just falling into like kind of cookie cutter builds.
Right.
So like Rory probably here is going very heavily for just the
all-
pally tank.
Yeah, that's
takes
the
them,
thing.
yeah.
It's like
So like an AOE style, I want as many people around me as possible.
Wow,
right.
that's crazy. I haven't seen these talents yet because I was here. So increases the duration of your consecration spell by 30 seconds. That used to be an 8-second long spell. It's one of the best tanking talents that we have. It's kind of just an AOE that you cast, and you just put it down, and everything takes damage over time, so everything kind of sticks to you.
Really nice.
And all the tanking trees now have these abilities called, they're called different stuff, but they reduce the chance to be critically hit by melee attacks.
Are you still, for the most part, gimped in your like PvP abilities as a pally tank?
They've definitely made it so that you can be more powerful. I think there was a period where protection warriors were amazingly overpowered in PvP, actually, because they could just block everything and silence everybody and everything like that.
Shield bash.
Yeah, shield bash and everything. I'm kind of tired of waiting for the boat.
Yeah, this is...
So why don't we go over to and maybe fly up...
Crikey.
I'm going to try and log back in here real quick. Hopefully it's not a server issue. Okay. Let me flip back over to the other Lost Isles real quick and see if I can get back in over here. The world servers are, it's still a beta, obviously. The world servers are going up and down and everything like that.
Certainly not representative of the final
But
product.
luckily, Rory has like a gazillion
obviously,
characters.
obviously not a big deal.
Well, what we can do now is, if you want to, we can... I'm back in Dalaran, so I can head over and maybe try... What I can do is maybe show you, like, Tanaris, some of the zones that have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Why don't I try that real quick? So this is my relatively buffed character. They reset all the talents, so I don't... unfortunately, I don't have any of that available.
I am going to have to ask you to kill at least one thing before the end of this video.
Yeah, let me try to port over the Caverns of Time real quick. And so this is
I love the Caverns of Time.
Yeah,
I'm getting
Caverns of
so
Time are really
nostalgic.
cool.
See, I never played the Caverns of Time. That was
Caverns of Time was cool because it's like you go
totally
back
like
into time,
like
like
through past events. Yeah.
which was kind of like the neat thing that they're doing here. Is like you'd get to see areas in the game in a different period of it, but it's still in like dungeon form.
Do you know are they adding any new aspects to the Caverns of Time in this? Any new time
I
periods?
believe they've always added something. So this is actually Tanaris, which used to be a huge
This water
desert.
looks amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So the water for an MMO, it's not like Crisis water or anything like that, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it looks really nice.
So this is Tanaris. It used to be a huge desert, and now the
You can kill something, Brad.
I
don't know. Actually, I'm kind of happy just looking at the water right now.
I'm res 6, but I should be able to kill something half my level, I hope. And obviously, there's a whole bunch of... You're not going to be able to see this on the video, but like all these items are friggin' amazingly crazy.
So that was going to be my question about the level 80, because I remember I only played through Burning Crusade, but so I brought my 60 into Burning Crusade.
Green's
and
the new purple.
You're immediately getting like greens that are better than everything you ever got in the previous game. Is it like that again?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't have the best gear when I ported this character over. It's a copy from a live server. It's like 219 eye level stuff, so it's basically like high level 5-man things. But I replaced everything with it.
This water is totally blowing me away. I'm so lost by like where.
Oh, dude, 1,000. Wow,
this is 1,000
so they're
needles.
both flooded.
Yeah, this entirely flooded from back to...
what happened to the racetrack?
Yeah, I think there's maybe a boat track now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, because it used to be Shimmering Flats, right?
Yeah, this used to be
Shimmering Deep.
The Shimmering Deep, so...
All right, Blizzard, you got me.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of work on this stuff. Speed Barge is pretty cool. I haven't actually been in a lot of these places yet. And I guess I don't know if this is a flying zone now or what, because it seems like it might be a little tough to get around. This used to be taken over by the evil Tauren, I believe, like the Tauren that were in league with the the evil Tauren.
Lore Master.
And another thing you
got
see,
a Lore Master with us.
yeah, and the other thing you see in a lot of places are these kind of midnight, I forget, Twilight cult.
Was it Twilight's Hammer?
Twilight's Hammer. That's right. Yeah, Twilight's Hammer are the ones who worship.
Not the vampires.
Yeah, they worship Deathwing. They want to bring him back, and they are all over the place. This isn't populated yet.
They were weren't they the ones that hung out around the Dark Portal a lot?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure. They've been around for a while as kind of like these people you see. They're in Silithus and things like that. But yeah, so the world has changed significantly in a lot of ways. Yeah. So, is there anything else you guys want to see? Real quick?
I want you to kill something. So
You've got to land somewhere.
End it with a death.
Let me see real quick.
Find something to find.
Like a turtle.
I still have 4 minutes of res sickness. Let me land and heal myself real quick, and I'll see about getting all these guys together. What do I... the problem is my heal doesn't really do much for me because I'm going to kill you. Let me actually put on my Avenger Shield real quick. Donde está Avenger Shield? So it'll tell you to see your trainer for stuff that you don't have yet.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I love that, like, most games, as they progress and, you know, get bigger and stuff, they focus more and more on the end game.
Right.
And WoW focused on the end game, but at the same time, they're doing all this stuff that makes it super dumb easy to sort of get into
and it's extremely smart because they're reeling people like us back in. Like, I never would have played this for the end game grind. That treadmill was just boring to me, but if I can go back through all these zones again and see new stuff and build a new character up, like, of course.
Rory, you've killed multiple things.
I'm totally poning things that are half my level.
Yeah, cool.
Nice even though I am like res safe, I'm probably doing like a quarter of the damage I should be doing. I've gotten 10k crits on a protection paladin with my gear, so it's pretty good for a protection paladin. I mean, it's not anything special. I mean, a lot of other classes do crazy crits, but I've.
All right, can you hum some of the music from World of Warcraft to send us out?
I cannot. I've always played with the
music
off, unfortunately.
Really? I love the music. I think this game has fantastic music.
I've always traditionally been a 2-monitor dude. I can't play this game without 2 monitors, so I normally, when I'm bored or when you know something's going on, I'll just look off.
Dude, looking for healer RFD.
Yeah, Razorfin Downs. A lot of the old stuff is still in there. The Dungeon Finder actually works too. Which is, have you played with the Dungeon Finder, Brad?
No, see, I haven't seen any
Dungeon
of
Finder's
this stuff. I didn't see
amazing.
achievements, any of that.
So Dungeon Finder will let you pick out specific stuff, or you can just pick your what you want to be, a tank, a healer, or a DPS. Pick out which dungeons you want to do. You find group, and as a tank, it's almost instantaneous. It's usually like 30 seconds. DPS have to wait a little bit longer, but
So I always played the healer.
yeah, tanks and healers get in pretty quick DPS, but it makes getting into dungeons so much easier because it used to be when
it's
WoW
like
came
being
out.
a pretty girl.
Yeah,
My high level guy is a warrior, so maybe I'll.
yeah, you
that's
can.
tempting.
It's tanking is super easy.
And so once it finds a dungeon, are you immediately ported there?
Yeah, you're
wow.
ported right to the beginning of the dungeon. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do anything else. It's a bunch of strangers, like pickup groups. You know, you're not going to know anybody, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But for the most part, it's really good. So.
I have to ask before we go, since you were talking about Rory's playing style. Is he one of those guys who is just on it for the leveling treadmill and like doesn't read any of the quest text and just like flies through everything?
Yeah, he do
like
that.
that.
But it's also like he knows the lore real well.
Okay, I mean, if you've seen it before,
and
I guess it's one
was that
thing.
way too. It's just like we played so far separately that it was like kind of a fun experience.
Okay,
like,
if you'd already
what
seen
if we
the
played
quests?
the game?
Sure.
We all play this, forever. Why aren't we playing it together?
Right.
And we did it that way, and we were just burning through.
Yeah, we got pretty quick.
Yeah.
So this is lower the Southern Barrens
Wow.
now. So this is
It's pretty ugly.
I haven't seen this either. Yeah, it looks like the Alliance is over here.
Yeah.
They've really been pushing the war between the Alliance and the Horde a lot lately. Like they've kind of teamed up throughout Burning Crusade and the early portions of Wrath, but they've definitely been kind of pushing them further apart. So it's definitely, you're going to see a lot more conflict to the other side if you play the game. So Barrens looks kind of the same, but again, it's been split in two.
A little more lush there. Looks like on the map. Oh yeah, like straight ahead.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, they've always had these
Yeah.
they've always had these little
Yeah, the
oases
border.
behind the
Yeah, I guess so.
behind the thing. So, man, forward command. There's a whole little. I don't know if Alliance can actually quest here. Another cool thing is that you can see as many different. You can track as many different things as you want to now. I guess I do have quests here. That's so weird.
All right, well, we could probably sit here all freaking day and look
Yeah.
at this stuff. I
We'll
know
show you
I
guys
could,
some more
but,
stuff later on. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll come back at
let's
some
call
point.
it for
and
today,
give you-
but there's obviously plenty we could come back to, and it sounds like they're still adding stuff throughout the beta. Is that
They
right?
are. Like, the
Yeah.
level cap, as far as I know, is still. Oh, I guess they bumped it up to level 83. It was 82 as of
Okay.
last night, but they've
But you're going back.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I can't not after seeing this.
I'm definitely back.
So what class are you thinking?
I always play healer. I
Really?
don't even care. I'll start a healer.
You'll play
again.
another healer?
Can the goblins can't play
I
healers,
believe they
they?
can. The goblins
Oh, if
have
they can,
actually.
I'm goblin healer.
Yeah?
Done. Yeah. His name will be something awesome. that
Awesome
I don't know,
me, make awesome.
name of like a body part or something.
All right,
So
well,
it'd be just like
I guess I will see you in
Elbow.
Azeroth in a few months.
Elbow.
Then. Yeah, there you go.
my goblin named Elbow, throwing crit heals on you.
Awesome. All right, well, stay tuned for more Cataclysm, I guess. We'll see you next time.
Cool.